Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of Down and Dirty. And today we have with us Jaiprakash Pandey. Jaiprakash, thank you so much for being with us on the show. You are a content creator at Source AutoCAD. Actually, you've been doing this for a while, even before content creation was a thing. You've been doing this for over 7 years. And you are also the author of Practical AutoCAD by Pact. Really excited to have you on the show. You are the first person I'm talking to who's a content creator. And what we're going to focus on today is the platform that you use or the platforms that you use in order to create your content, to monetize it, to monitor it, update it, whatever you need to do as a creator where this is a solid source of income. So welcome to the show. And maybe as a way to get us started, you could tell us about how did your journey 7 years ago begin with, I mean, how did it end up at content creation before it was, like I said, a buzzword as it is today?
Yeah, thank you so much, Tapsi, for having me on this show. So, I mean, I actually started way back in 2014. So it was with YouTube videos. So that was my first thing. And eventually it grew into several different things. Now, as you know, I'm mostly into CAD and engineering courses and content related to it. So it just started as a hobby. I was not into this thing in a serious way. I was just doing this thing just because, I mean, I found kind of enjoyable. I mean, I just found, I mean, that this thing is really something that was sparking my interest. And it was nothing, I mean, I was not looking for any monetization opportunities or anything. It just sparked my interest. And I kept doing it for a few years. And the money eventually started rolling in. And that's when I decided to kind of monetize it properly. So it took me a few years. I mean, first 2 years was only content creation without any kind of revenue or anything. Actually, I was not even thinking about it. I did not even set up any AdSense account or anything. I did not do anything that would monetize the content. I was just making it. But then I started monetizing it maybe after 2 years.
Great. And
So
this all started, your journey started on YouTube. So that's
YouTube.
where you were producing your videos and just putting it up there. It was just an open forum, so anyone could check your videos. And then, so what was the triggering event, I guess? When did you decide, you know what, from free videos, let me start putting it behind a paywall? Like, how and when did that happen?
Yeah, so I mean, the first few videos, actually, with few, I mean 50 or so odd videos. After I added all those videos, I mean, they started gaining traction. Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, once I started receiving, I mean, kind of, good traffic, several people actually, they started asking me, if you have courses, can I learn? Can you just give me live trainings, things like that? And that was the event. I mean, that's the thing which actually prompted me to kind of look for the monetization options. Obviously, I activated AdSense. That's the first thing. But as you know, in the creator economy, AdSense kind of contributes very little to the revenue pool. So after that, I ended up on WordPress. So WordPress was my first platform. I created very kind of a very small course, actually. That course was about 1.5 hours in length. And I tested it out. I created that course. I launched it. It did not work eventually. I mean, the reason was there were lots of things that I was supposed to kind of bring together. I mean, payment gateway, LMS, and things like that. I was not a technical person. So I eventually decided to just put it on Udemy. So that was my second step. I created a very small course, put it on Udemy. Again, I forgot about it. But in about 6 months or so, it again started generating revenue. So, I mean, the revenue at that time was very little. I mean, comparatively, it was about $50 or so every month, but it was something. So that again encouraged me to make more courses. But the second course that I made on Udemy was a completely free course. So, and by that time, I actually learned quite a lot, and I actually followed several influencers like Neil Patel and Brian Dean. I mean, they are the one who I actually follow even now. So I learned from them. And what I realized is I need to have a bigger audience, an audience that I can really monetize. I mean, just an audience who's looking for free stuff is not good enough. So, I mean, people who are really interested in the content and willing to pay. So that's where I created my first free course. So again, it was related to AutoCAD, but this time it was completely free. Again, I put it on Udemy, and that created a big audience pool. Actually, that course is still live, and it has more than 100,000 signups right now.
Wow.
So yeah, so that's actually a course which kind of allows me to market my paid content. Everyone there is a free student, but whenever I launch something, I send a newsletter, which is an inbuilt feature in Udemy, and yeah, they just buy that course. So that's the strategy which I started with, and it kind of gave me a jump start, you could say. And from there, I am still following that kind of strategy. I mean, even with other platforms that I'm using right now, it's kind of the same thing which I'm doing. Yeah.
I love that. I mean, I feel like I can imagine how Neil Patel would be helpful here, because he,
Yeah.
ideas around lead generation and like how to get people into your funnel is,
Yeah.
he's a guru of that stuff. So it's amazing that you could take some of these these tips and tricks and then kind of translate that into your specific use case. So all right, so give me an example right now. How many courses do you have out there in cyberspace? Let's say, free, paid, whatever, but how many
Okay.
courses have you created?
Okay, so so far, actually, I think I have about 15 or so courses that I have created, 15, 16 courses. And then there are now, I'm not only focusing on my content, actually, we have some authors also with us. I've onboarded several authors. I have author made courses, at least 4 courses that are live, and there are 2 courses that authors are still working on. So now I've created this kind of, space where, we are just trying to make a CAD and engineering platform. So I'm not good with every single tool or software out there. So what I'm good at, I'm already creating courses, but I'm also onboarding other people uh, to kind of, yeah, bring their expertise into the
So
platform.
when you mean author, you mean other people who are course
Oh,
creators, is that it?
oh, yes, exactly. I mean, they're not just course creators, they're actually people working in the field. They have real world knowledge as well, and they are all creating the courses as well. For example, I mean, we have Scott Onstott, who's actually a really, a big author. So, he's author of more than 12 books. He is creating courses for us. He's already created a course, and he's already recording the third course. Second one is done. It will go live in next month. So, then we have Vishwesh. Then we have another author, Seth Cohen. So, I mean, there are people who are making courses for us. So, I am not kind of actively making courses now, but I am managing the platform and trying to onboard as many authors as I can. So,
That's fantastic. So you're basically building an institution for AutoCAD. It's
not just AutoCAD, but engineering and CAD
just engineering.
related.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's okay. So 15 courses of your own, lots and lots of learnings. You've been doing this since 2014. Now you're bringing in authors, other people to under the same umbrella, so to speak,
Mm-hmm.
in order to provide all this on a single platform. That's a lot on your plate. So
Yeah.
what is if I had to if I had to shadow you for one day,
Mm-hmm.
what's a day in your life look like?
Oh, okay. Now this is the part where I hate myself. Uh, so, I wake up in the morning, and the first thing that comes to my mind is, okay, what are the things I'm supposed to do? I mean, even when this podcast is happening, I'm just, thinking about the next things that I'm supposed to do, which is obviously not a healthy thing. So my morning starts with coffee, just like everyone else,
What
but
time do you wake up?
8 a.m.
Okay, okay, not
Yeah.
bad. Okay.
Yeah, I could do better, but yeah, 8. Sometimes it even goes to just,
Don't
9
read the
a.m. But
5 a.m. book. Don't read the 5 a.m. club book.
yeah, I don't even want to. So, okay. So, after waking up, it's, the first thing is obviously I check the emails, and if there is anything important, I reply to those email. Other emails, I just flag them for later that day. And I start working on my platform right now. We are in the middle of a complete restructuring, brand restructuring. So we are moving everything away from Teachable to a custom platform. So it's going to take a few months. So right now I'm doing that thing quite actively. So since the morning, right till evening, 10 or 11 p.m. or so, whenever I have time, I'm on my platform. I'm in front of my PC, which is, as I mentioned again, it's not a healthy thing, but I think it's going to just last for a month or so. So I'm quite okay for now.
Got it, got it. So you're in front of your computer, but you're coordinating, like you said, you've got authors. I'm assuming there's some content that's going back
Yeah.
and forth, there's some decisions that have to be made, probably meetings, I don't know, depending on the size of your team. What does your work day look like? As in, yes, I know you're on your computer, but are you in calls mostly? Are you deep in mode of creating information, strategizing? Are you doing sales? Are you crunching numbers? What's happening?
So, I mean, as you know, as a one-man kind of show, this is what I'm running right now. I mean, I do have members in my team, but they have very specific tasks. So, I mean, I start my day with content creation because that's the time. I mean, in the morning, I'm fresh. So I feel like, I mean, I should dedicate that time to creating content. So in the morning, it's all about creating new stuff, either videos or articles, things like that. I do that in the morning. Also recordings. I mean, recording for YouTube and recording for courses or any promotional content. So I do that in the morning. Now in the evening, I mean, if there is a meeting, I mean, as you know, this meeting also I scheduled it, I mean, after, I mean, lunch. So now I did that on purpose because after that I can dedicate time to other things. So I mean, if I have meeting with my team members, I again that's in the evening, and that happens quite frequently. I mean, but mostly we just I mean, talk on phone or WhatsApp. If there is something that I need to share with screen sharing, well, then only we just get to, I mean, yeah, we do the meetings. Otherwise, I try to avoid meetings as much as possible. So if it can be done on a call, we do that on call. So yeah, so morning is for creating content, evening is for managing everything else, from emails to platform to meetings and everything. So
Got it. So um what is the biggest challenge that you face as a content creator today?
okay. Wow, this is actually something, I mean, quite a good thing actually you asked me. So I found that creating lead is very easy for me, but converting those leads into paying customers is very difficult. I know this is the pain point for several people, but I'm finding it, I mean, very difficult now, and probably because there are so many people doing the same thing. So it's kind of becoming very difficult to stand out in this crowded space, even though I'm trying to just produce the best content out there. So I mean, with my current marketing and everything, I mean, I don't even spend a penny on marketing. I mean, it's completely organic. I get about 200 or 250 people to sign up for my email per day, but those numbers are not converting into paying customers. I mean, the way I'm expecting, at least. So that's my biggest challenge. Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm making several, I mean, we are doing several tests, and eventually I think I'll get there. But that's the biggest challenge, converting free people into, I mean, people who signed up for free into paying members.
And what would you say is a realistic number according to you for your conversion rate? If you're getting 250 people signing up for your newsletter, how many of those would you like to have realistically, like to have into paid leads?
I think on any day, I mean, 5% is a very optimistic number. But even if it's at 2 to 3%, I'll be very happy. So I'm not even getting that. I mean, I'm barely getting 1%. So definitely there is room for improvement.
Okay, understood. So biggest challenge is converting leads. Makes sense. There is a lot of competition out there. It's kind of a demand supply thing, but maybe there's something else going on as well. I mean, there are always so many factors that play a role. Okay, so I'm assuming we're obviously here to talk about the platform on which you're creating your courses, and Udemy and Teachable. Those are two platforms that you are relying on predominantly in order to put your material out there. So we will talk about that, and as we get into that, let's do a share screen. I'll give you permission. What I would really like is Jaiprakash to also keep this challenge in mind. Like, what I would want to know is from these, if this is a challenge that you're facing, is there a way in which these platforms are helping you with conversions, and how close are they coming to in that regard? So maybe we do one at a time, because you have two and it conflate the two. So let's start with Udemy. Before we even do a share screen, why don't we just talk about this challenge of converting leads? What is Udemy doing for you that works? Or
so yeah, I mean, obviously, these are really very good questions. I mean, so it feels like, I mean, you're hitting the nerve here. So all the questions are to the point. The first about Udemy, let's take that. Udemy is a platform for, I think, new creators and also for companies. I mean, when we started with Udemy, when I actually started with Udemy, things were quite easy with Udemy, and now it's very challenging. Making courses is the only thing that you're supposed to do on Udemy. Marketing is completely done by them. If you refer courses on Udemy, then you get about 90% share, which is a good thing. But I mean, even if that's the case, still putting out new courses on Udemy and just making it big is very challenging now. I started way back in 2015 or 16. That's why I have a big traction, a big audience, and I can grow from there using those audiences. I can grow easily, but it's very challenging. The problem with Udemy is they sell your courses for very little margin. Actually, I mean, they just sell it for $5, $10 per course, which is just nothing. And even from that, I mean, revenue, you're getting only 50%, sometimes even 25% if it's from paid advertisement. So Udemy has this problem. You don't have to worry about marketing, but then you don't get enough. So yeah, so it's not very sustainable unless you are in a big niche making several courses, and I mean, you can monetize on that. Otherwise, you have to just make your own course. That's where Teachable comes in. Now, Teachable is good for creators like us. We can set our own pricing, but now this is a double-edged sword, because once you put your course out there on Udemy, you cannot sell it for a higher price on your platform on Teachable. So that's another problem. So I just have to figure it out if I'm going to sell it on Udemy, which is giving me consistent revenue, which is really good, I would say, at the moment. But still, I cannot sell it on my own platform. I can, but again, people will ask that why you're selling that $10 course over here for $250. So that's a challenge. Eventually, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Is this something that Udemy, it's in Udemy's terms that you cannot sell a
not at all. No.
Oh, okay. It's just that they'll Google the course
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they'll
exactly.
Udemy's SEO probably, reigns supreme. And so it's going to show up there as a, $10, $5 course. And then you go somewhere else and the same thing is $25. And then there'll be the discrepancy. I understand. Okay.
Exactly. So that's the problem. So I actually overcame this challenge with a membership option. So, I mean, as you know, right now we have more than 20 courses. So what I did is I pooled all the courses together on Teachable, and I just sold everything for one single membership of $49. Now, I mean, there's a balance, as you can see. So there is no pay per course pricing on Teachable. It's just get a membership, you get everything. And on Udemy, you can buy separate courses. So I've tried this model for, I guess, 3 to 4 years. It was working, but I actually did a test back in year 2020. It was for 6 months, and it was wildly successful, but then I had to cancel it because of the payment issues, payment gateway issues, which I'm doing again. What we did is, I mean, we actually made a platform where people will sign up for our platform, and they'll get access to all the courses, but only 20% of those courses. So they can watch first few videos, and then rest of the videos are locked. So for that, they just need to buy the course. Now, that was a model which we used on our custom platform, but I had to shut it down because of payment gateway. It was very technical. A lot of APIs were, I mean, failing. I mean, people were paying, but they were not getting access. So it was a hassle. So we just closed it, and we went back to Teachable. Now, Teachable has no such feature. You either pay it, buy upfront, and then watch the videos, or you just have to just offer it for free. So now we have figured out a way. So we are making our own platform, and we are trying to do this exact same thing. So, I mean, Udemy and Teachable, they have different methods. I'm also marketing it differently there. But this is kind of a balance, which now I'm trying to build with a new platform. And hopefully, yeah, that will work.
So tell me something. Why do you want people, if on Teachable, they can buy a subscription package for, or buy a package rather for $50, let's say, and get all the courses. Why do you still want them to only have access to 20% of the video? Oh, this is at the beginning, at the
yes.
lead.
I mean, for the free people.
Free.
Exactly.
So for the free, I see. So they don't have the option to make it partially free. I mean, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
partially viewable.
Exactly.
Then you pay for the right, because people may not want to pay for something they're not confident that they will get value out of.
That's the problem. Yeah. So, I mean, I actually noticed this thing that people want to just have a trial. And I actually tried another thing as well. I started offering 7-day free trial. Then people started gaming the system. Before the 7 days are over, they used to kind of remove the card, payment declined, and then there is a 14-day waiting period, and then again 14 days. So 28-day trial they're getting for free. And after that 28 days are over, they started again another free trial. This happened quite a lot on our platform. So we just closed that thing as well. So yeah, it's a learning thing. We are learning, and we are making changes.
Okay, okay. All right. So that was great because you've kind of set up the context for us. Udemy and Teachable are your go-to solutions right now. Again, it seems like not by choice, but because you don't have a choice. Ideally, you would like
Exactly.
your own platform, but for technical issues, these two come with built-in features, including
Yeah.
payments and stuff like that. Udemy works for you at an individual course level. Teachable works for you when you can dictate your own price, and usually, and your workaround is, let's just create a bulk if I can't charge the same course, charge more for the same course on Teachable. So, okay, makes sense as a package. So let's now talk about what works for you in these two platforms. We've talked about the revenue aspect of it in terms of how you're making it work for you, but let's also talk about the user experience of it for a second, if that's okay. Let's do a share screen, and let's start with Udemy.
Sure.
And if you've also been the longest with Udemy, so I'm assuming you're quite a pro at figuring it out. I was surprised, I have to say, Jaiprakash, to hear from you that making courses, if I got that correct, it has now become more challenging.
No, making courses is, I mean, as easy as it was before. I mean, if not better. I mean, it's marketing the courses.
I was going to say, understood. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And also with Udemy, I think the limitation is you're stuck with its in-house audience, right? Like that's what.
Not in a way. I mean, yes. I mean, you can say in a general sense that you're stuck with the audience that Udemy is bringing. But as I mentioned, you can bring your own audience, and you got to. I mean, you will retain 90% revenue generated from your audience, but when you send anyone to your course, they're not going to see only your course. On the footer, there are several suggested courses. On the right side, there are other courses. So yeah, you may lose the sale.
Understood. Okay.
So here we are. Let me share my screen. All right. So can you see my screen now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. So let's start with Udemy. So I think that's here. Okay. So right now, I mean, Udemy, these are all the Q&As. That's where I actually put the homepage because I need to answer these questions. Now we have people who actually take care of this thing. Paul is with us. I mean, Paul and Varun, there are two people who actually take care of answering questions. Because of number of courses, sheer number of courses. I mean, there are so many questions that I simply cannot manage.
Wow. Yes.
Yeah. Now, this is the course area. Now, as you can see, I mean, I have courses from several other authors, but none of those courses are here on Udemy. And I did that on purpose. Just look at the numbers here, $93, $25. That's not very encouraging. Yes, there is an encouraging number here for this course. And then there are few numbers that might look good. For example, this one, $518, Vision 360 beginner. So it's good. I mean, some courses are going to perform good. But what really surprised me is this course is very old. It's the best performing course, but then I made a new version of this course that's right here, which is way better than this course. I know that it is way better, but still it's been a year, I think more than a year, but still, as you can see, the numbers are really very terrible. It's not generating that much. So that's because of the marketing thing. I'm also not actively marketing it. Probably that's the reason, but still, it's getting very difficult to kind of market these things. I mean, market your courses. If I go to the revenue report, which I'm okay with sharing here, so that's how it looks like.
So I have a question. Let's just drill down into the marketing. Why? What is wrong? What's lacking with the marketing? Can we?
Yeah. So I mean, I am currently focusing, as I mentioned, on my own platform only. I just want to market my courses. I mean, Udemy is not a big priority for me right now, and I'm just thinking whether I should only keep my courses there just to increase its perceived value, because people, if they find courses here, they're gonna not pay that much. So that's the thing. And what I am generating here, which, as you can see, that's the net earning, monthly earnings. So sometimes it's 10K, 8K, but I mean, it's about $6,000 to $7,000. I mean, on an average every month. So that's what I'm generating here. Now, I think with the number of courses that I have, this revenue should be much higher. So Udemy is taking a cut. They're also undervaluing the courses. So that's where I just wanted to keep this thing exclusive on my platform. Again, testing is required, but we'll see which one I'll decide. I'm not even sure. I'll do a few tests maybe before I decide it eventually.
Got it. Yeah. So okay, so understood this. So just very quickly, when you log into Udemy, from a usage perspective, what are the things, because these are courses that are already created, they're already here. Creating the course is not difficult. So you're using this largely when you're using it today. As someone who's monitoring courses that are already here, you would say clarifying the questions that people are asking. You have someone there for that. That's your dashboard view and revenue. These are the two things that you are engaging the platform with, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So
is there anything else on the platform that you're monitoring or trying to optimize when you log in every day or whenever?
Actually, we cannot. There is very limited kind of set of options that Udemy has provided. I mean, it's very limited. What you can modify is course name, your image, and just description and few other things. Other than that, there is nothing you can modify on Udemy. All you've got to do is just make course, upload it there, and hope for the best. Or if you have a really good, audience, just send them there on Udemy that here's the course, go buy it. And if Udemy feels like your course is gaining traction on its own, they might start promoting it as well. But again, you need an audience. And if you have audience, then why promote it on Udemy? Why not just do it on your own platform? So that's the kind of a problem. And that's what I'm trying to figure it out here.
Does Udemy promote all? I mean, it's just like I imagine like how Medium does it. The better the better your article does on Medium, the more it's going to push it to its subscriber base. And it's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
It's actually this review. I mean, reviews are the key factors here on Udemy. What I've noticed is, review is the biggest factor that will influence how the fate of your course, if you'd like to say that. So you need to ensure that your reviews are good, and that can only remain good if you make really good content and regularly answer the questions from your students, because eventually those who are asking questions are going to rate your course as well. So these are the two things that you should keep in mind. Also, for SEO, if you are using a term, for example, AutoCAD course, just make sure that that particular thing is in your title. For example, here AutoCAD certification exam is in the title, it's in the description, just the general SEO. So just a few times it should be repeated in your course, copy as well.
Understood.
So other than that, it's all up to Udemy.
I have a question regarding your rating. So is that something that Udemy encourages at an automated level from people who come through a course, or is that something you have to follow up?
No, Udemy encourages it. Actually, after every module, they'll get a prompt. Did you like this course? Give it a rating. So what we can do is, as a creator, what we do is in the first video, I usually mention that if the course feels like it's resonating with you, just do give it a 5-star rating. Or whatever you think this course deserves. So that's kind of a CTA, which we mentioned in the beginning. And also I do that in the end, the last video. I do that because that kind of primes the user to share a kind of a review. And I mentioned this 5-star word because I read it somewhere, I guess, that you should say this thing. You are not directly asking them for 5-star review, but all you can say is the review is from 1 to 5-star, where 5-star is best. This is the word I use because that will kind of give them a hint in the back of their head that, okay, 5-star, I should give that. So I read it somewhere, I'm using that. I'm not sure if that's right or not, but
whatever works. You know what
exactly.
I mean? Whatever works.
But at the end of the day, it's your course quality that's going to decide the ratings.
Of course. And what's the average duration of a course on Udemy, one of your courses?
So average duration, that varies very widely. So the smallest course is about 1.5 hours, and the largest one is about 20 hours, I think. So
it's broken up into modules
and then lessons. So
and all of that is easy to implement in Udemy.
Oh yes, exactly.
To actually create a course that's not the issue with the platform.
Yeah, technicalities, you don't have to worry about it. Everything is taken care of. So that's the good thing with Udemy. You just have to worry about creating content and managing it. That's it.
Got it. Okay. All right. Let's switch to Teachable.
Yeah, sure. So Teachable is this. So on Teachable, I have all my courses, including courses from other authors. Now, as you know, this is on a monthly recurring revenue model. So this is how it looks like. It's for last 11 days. If I switch that to, let's say, last few months. Okay. So here, and this one is, let's say, 1st of March. All right. So this is how it's going to look like. So the revenue here is like this. I mean, 8.3, 6.7, this is 4.8, and so on. Last month is really very terrible because as you know, we are in the midst of migrating everything.
Transition.
So I'm not
Right.
doing anything at all on the platform. This is for the current month. So it will go close to, again, 4.7 or 5,000 this month again. So that's the recurring revenue model that we are following here. All the courses can be bought with one single subscription on our WordPress website. But WordPress is our front end. So everything is here. This is our course library. And these are the topics that we have. We are trying to get to 10 topics at least by the end of this year. So 10 topics and maybe 50 or so odd courses. So these are the courses that we have. As you can see, it's $49 per month. So with one subscription, you get access to everything. So if they decide to, check a course, everything, this entire thing is happening on WordPress. The reason is Teachable is very, very bad at kind of this UI thing, UI UX. It's terrible. I mean, they don't have a page builder or anything. No marketing tool or anything. So that's why I'm using a WordPress for this. So yeah, so that's that. And if they decided to buy the course, they can go for monthly or an annual subscription, which is for $490. Of course, we have a free tier. With free tier, currently they're getting access to 3 or 4 courses that we have added completely for free. They can watch those courses 100%. And in those courses, we have some CTAs where they can sign up for the paid membership if they like the content. So that's the model which we are following. These are all the courses that we have. And if I look at the number, that is about 28, okay, 27, 26, about 26 courses. So 26 courses, that's what we have right now.
And what you would like, in an ideal case scenario, what you would like is all these courses, rather than giving 4 free courses, what you would like is all these courses have like a teaser. You can access 10 or 15 minutes of a course and then decide if you want to subscribe to or pay for the entire course, correct?
Exactly. Because that's the biggest problem with Teachable. We cannot do that, and that's the thing. We have, as I mentioned, I tried that on a custom built platform, and it was wildly successful. I did that just for 6 months, but within that short period, the subscription grew from 0 to 5K MRR in just 6 months. So I know its potential; it's huge, and that's what we are trying to do again, but this time in a proper way. So,
got it. So let me just understand a little bit of this workflow. So you're on WordPress, someone comes there and says, yes, I want to subscribe for $49. When they click on that subscription, they are accessing the course on Teachable. Is that it?
Exactly.
So they have to go to Teachable or in order to engage with the material, correct?
Yeah, I mean, yes, if I just show you the entire flow, this is how it is. So what we encourage is, we encourage this thing, start for free. That's where usually people start. So free sign up.
Yeah.
And this is for segmentation so that we can target, of course, users with their relevant topics. So they just have to fill this form. And as soon as they fill the form, they will get an email from Teachable with a password prompt. So just they need to click there, they set the password, and now they have an account on Teachable. So that's the name, email. We pass it on to Teachable using backend webhooks. We are using that for this. And once they get access to it, they can consume the free courses. So after that, they reach this. So they reach this dashboard. After logging in, they just go to the dashboard. Right here, we have the free courses. So they can just start consuming the free content. So these are the free courses. Anyone can watch. And in these courses, we have CTAs. Yeah, that's on Teachable now. So once they are logged in, it's in Teachable. Yeah. They won't even notice the difference, but yeah.
Okay, so yeah, sorry, because I'm looking at your URL and that's still your site.
Yeah, that's learn.thesourcecad.com. So yes, you can set it up like that. So
yeah. But when they click it, Acha, you're saying when they click it, it's actually opening up another tab, and that's a Teachable tab, right?
It won't even open a new tab. It's going to be the same tab, only there will be a new subdomain, learn.thesourcecad.com.
Okay. So it's just embedded right here itself, like as a link to the Teachable course.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, understood. All right. So I have another question. Your average revenue on Teachable seems roughly like the one on
5K.
Udemy. Yeah, like Udemy
Yeah.
was maybe 7. I want to say like 6 or 7 is
Yes.
what we kind of agreed to,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
this is, so it's not that different whether you order it, whether you organize it as a package or otherwise. But you're saying the margin is different. The margin is greater on
Uh,
Teachable.
yes, of course. I mean, the margin is greater here. We are only giving 2.5% cut to Udemy, sorry, Teachable. So everything
Okay.
else, I mean, 97.5% is ours. So definitely
And how much is it on Udemy?
50% generally, but it
Oh,
can go back
wow.
to, I mean, 25%, sometimes even 10%.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
So it's really terrible actually on Udemy.
Okay, so yeah, so hopefully someone from Udemy or Teachable is going to watch this and think, wow, people want a free trial version of courses. It'll
Yep.
make, but you know what, maybe, you know, the flip side of this is it's forced you to think about creating your own solution. And in the long run, we know that being able to drive traffic in your audience to your own platform would be the best case scenario if you can pull that off.
Yes,
So
exactly. So I just need to be very cautious with this as well, and quite optimistic I am, but yeah.
yeah. Okay, okay. Um, all right. And with Teachable, they are not really doing any marketing for you in the way that Udemy is and can, because it has a network, but also its SEO now is pretty, you know, it's ranked pretty
Yes,
high. So
yes.
it will surface if you
Yeah.
have a course on Udemy. I can imagine
Yes.
more than Teachable.
Hmm.
Am I right about that? Like, is
Oh,
that
yes,
the
yes,
right?
absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
They are a big
All right.
marketplace. So obviously they surface high, I mean, on SEO, I mean, yeah, search rankings.
Understood. Okay. Is there anything else that you want to point out on Teachable that we haven't already talked about? Perhaps something that, you know, let's talk about this. Like when you come into Teachable, where are you going first? Like right
Okay.
now, when you have courses on Teachable.
I mean, as a user or as
No, no,
admin?
as you, the admin,
Okay.
like who's
Okay.
monitoring your courses.
Yeah, so I mean, I mean, the first thing is I just go to the dashboard. So that's where we can see the revenue stats and
Yeah.
several other statistics related to this course. And if required, I don't actually go to this backend quite often because they have really very robust system. It works perfectly. So Teachable is really good in building. I mean, in putting all these pieces together and making an LMS work. So it's really good. I'd say that it has few things lacking, which maybe they'll add, but it's not completely customizable. So, I mean, I go to the dashboard. If someone is asking for a refund, if someone is asking for subscription cancellation, I go to users, and that's where I can manage all my users. I just need to search for them, and there it is. So, as you can see, I've got 32,000 students here, but they're not paying members, not every one of them.
Everyone.
So yeah, that's a thing. And also, if I go to this one here, bundles, now that's my paying members. Here you can see, okay, they are the paying members. So this is the free enrollment. Actually, this is after I started a test. The numbers were kind of reset here. So if I make any new product, it's going to start from zero. So I keep doing a few tests. So that's free. And these are the paying members, 56, 40, 135. So as you can see, about 250 paying members. That's what we
Yeah.
have. So with just 250 paying members, we are generating 5,000 MRR. So that's the idea here, that we can do much better on our own custom platform with a smaller audience if we focus it properly here. So
Got it. So once you've created your course on, I'm sorry, created your package on Teachable, then really there's not much to do beyond monitoring it. Like you have your dashboard and users, unless someone actually has a problem, you're only looking at your revenue, you're seeing how it's going,
yeah,
um, and uh, and all the marketing is largely, it's heavy on you. If you slack on the marketing, then you're going to get less revenue, which is a little bit of
exactly.
the headache that Udemy takes away from you, because you don't
Exactly.
necessarily have to depend on that.
Yeah. So for marketing, actually, I depend completely on WordPress. So in the WordPress backend, I mean, we have everything that is required for marketing. I'm actually using Avada. Avada is a website builder, actually. Let me try another method. So it's a website builder. So, I mean, for email marketing, we use MailerLite. At the moment, I'm using MailerLite, and at the moment I'm saying because we are just changing it to Brevo very soon we'll change it. So this is where the marketing happens, and most of our kind of traffic comes from YouTube and blog posts. So this is the heart and soul of this website. I mean, everyone who's coming over to our website, or if they know about it, then that's probably because of our videos or these articles. So these are the articles that actually I mean, are the heart and soul of this website. So they just come to these articles, they find the content useful, and if they do, they just sign up for a few free newsletter which is embedded into these, or they just subscribe for the free account, and that's how we get the email. Then we market that email, the usual flow that
Yeah.
happens with everyone. One good thing about WordPress and this website is that apart from these two revenue streams, it also has, I mean, created for us another revenue stream, which is affiliate revenue, Amazon affiliate revenue. For example, these two articles, I mean, these two articles are generating about $500 each every month. So that's because of the affiliate link that we have here. So for example, all these products that we are promoting here, so if they click here, buy from Amazon, they'll go to Amazon, but then we get a commission of this sale. So that's yeah, another revenue source for us. So at the end of the day, I'd say that I mean, website is still generating slightly more than what I'm getting from Udemy, but with a very terrible kind of marketing funnel in place. So if I can get a really good one, I think the numbers are going to look very good as well.
Fantastic. Well, I wish you luck, because I know it's happening. That's your agenda, right? You said for
exactly.
the next month at least is to transition into your own website and hope that payment links work and everything sustains in the way that you needed to sustain. Okay, great. So let's stop the share screen. And the only wrap up question that I have, or comment that I have, is for someone who is thinking about a platform or thinking about what to do as a content creator in order to monetize their courses. Right now, what we've talked about is these two workarounds, right?
Exactly.
Is that what would you suggest to somebody to actually use these platforms, or would you say just take the plunge? If you've already seen interest in what you're offering, just start by building a good website? Like where do you stand on that spectrum for someone wanting to expand their reach?
So if someone is starting completely new, then I would say that just go with Teachable or any other LMS which is offering this solution all built into one. Don't go into the technical stuff of maintaining your courses. Just put the content out there and start from a small piece of content. Just see how the audience is reacting to it, if they are subscribing to that or not. That will give you a good idea of what to make next. Once you are good at this, then only, I mean, just go into this technical stuff, because it's going to eat up a lot of your time if you are a solo creator. So if you're starting, just go with Udemy, go with Teachable, and yeah, from there you can expand.
Got it. I'm going to ask you a question that I haven't asked anyone before, but I think I should start doing that, which is, if you had to pitch Udemy to somebody, what would be one feature, one thing about Udemy that you would say, come join Udemy because dash, and come join Teachable because dash, or do your course, build your course on whatever, Udemy or Teachable?
Okay, so join Udemy because all you have to do is create your course and they will market it for you. You don't have to worry about bringing audience. They have audience. They will eventually discover your course. If it is good, you'll get monetized very quickly and you'll get good revenue. For Teachable, if you think your marketing is good, come to Teachable if you know about marketing. Yeah.
Okay, that's great, Jay. You just summarized really the difference between the two, and it really comes down to your marketing chops, right? And what you need to get done for your course. Okay, fantastic. This was a really, really good session. I think even if someone is not a professional content creator as you are, we are all thinking content, and you've kind of given a lot of people to think about the ideas to think about, what how they need to start and which platform they should consider if they are beginning their journey, or even, let's say, more than beginning their journey, trying to expand their reach. Is there anything that you want to share that we haven't talked about before we wrap up?
Yeah, sure. So just one small piece of kind of advice, if I would say, though I'm not in a position to give an advice, but still, if you are making a new course, don't just start making it. Just test your audience first. Start with a very small piece of content and just put it out there in front of the audience. See how they're reacting. It's really very important now than it was before. So just test your audience, see how they are reacting to it, and only then start investing time or money into your course. So I should have done it before. I made several kind of courses where I spent thousands of dollars. They ended up doing very terribly. So I should have done it. That's why I'm mentioning this.
And perhaps a place to start that would be what? YouTube? Just upload, is that what you're saying? Like just create a small course,
Yeah.
or would it be a big course?
Oh, yes, exactly. Free content on YouTube. YouTube is
Free
the
content.
best place. And the second best place is Udemy. So after YouTube, if you are just putting a few courses together, I mean, few videos together, just, package it into a course, then Udemy is the place to go and start with a free course. That will make your audience, which you can eventually market to.
Fantastic. Jay, thank you so much. Now you can go open that beer, have that coffee, whatever it is that needs to happen Friday evening. And I appreciate the time that you've spent here.
Yep. Thank you so much, Tapsi. Thank you so much. And I got a chance to discover myself as well here, because when I was saying all these things, I actually found out that, yeah, these are the problems that I should have worked on, and it never occurred to me. I'll start working on several different things, and it's really good to share these things with the audience here.
Same here. Thank you. All right. Bye.
Yep. Bye.